focus is all about removing the guesswork from your forecasted sales. So when you're looking at your deal analysis, you look at something what we call band. B is for budget. Budget is you have to ask the tough question, is this client capable of paying, or does he have the ability to spend as much? Second is the authority. The person I'm talking to, is he the POC or the decision maker? Is the decision maker involved in the discussions that I'm having with this particular company? What is the urgency? N for need, what is the urgency of the solution? T is a timeline. Client might be a qualified lead for you, but if he's looking at buying from you after 6 months, you can't include him in your current sales, obviously. So band it's critical that you look at it very carefully, that does he satisfy all the 4 parameters? So there are different viewpoints. There are people who say 3 out of 4 is good enough. बाद में negotiate करके देख लेंगे. So you will have to create your filters in terms of what works, what does not work. So happy years syndrome is when a salesperson basically starts imagining or thinking that, you know what, I have so much stress, I need to get to my targets. So I somehow feel that ये तो हो जाएगा, हो जाना चाहिए तो हो जाएगा. तो उसको happy year syndrome बोलते हैं. Where you're not listening to the client might have objections. The client might be saying, you know what, I'm not buying from you, or I have doubts about your product or service. I'm looking at your competitors. They seem to be a better proposition. You're not listening to any of that because आपको happy year syndrome है. You're thinking मुझे चाहिए तो ये हो जाना चाहिए. But that's where you start creating those gaps in your pipeline. The other thing, of course, is every time you have an analysis of deals, look at the ticket size. So the ticket size also starts affecting your total value at the end of the day. Then couple of questions that you need to ask, which are obviously action points. Let's say you're talking to a POC and the decision maker is someone else and it's a large organization. So how can you help the POC to convince the decision maker for the decision? And if, let's say, the client is looking at other competitors, how do you sharpen your value prop in the particular deal? So these are 2 action points, 2 help points, and point A and B are the litmus test that you need to take every deal through to ensure that this is something that can convert this month, this is something that can convert next month, or this is something that I can look at in my forecast for the quarter. So forecasting is critical, and that is where the predictability starts coming in.